Okay, so this is not going to be a normal video. This is actually going to be. It's going to be about E3. So, well, I say it's going to be about E3, but you've probably read the description. You probably know it's going to be mostly one thing. So, and I'm just going to kind of use this as a backdrop. Mostly because I don't feel like unplugging cables and getting my Switch for what I'm really going to be focusing on for the rest of the day for the most part. But, jump. Dash. So let's see. And then shot. There we go. So shot, jump, dash. Dash. Okay, cool. I think. I don't know. I'm not very good at this one. But anyway, okay, so. Okay, so E3. Mostly, I'm sure you all know, it was mostly kind of a okay showing, I guess. For most well, for. I say okay, but it was like a lot of companies. I didn't pay attention to most of them. I know a lot of them apparently didn't bring much.
The last Metroid is in captivity. The galaxy is at peace.
Okay, sorry, I just want to let that play for a minute. But, okay, I thought for a second it was 1-to-1. I was like, no, it's not. Okay. But, most of them kind of didn't have much to offer that was of major interest. Like, Square Enix, I think the biggest thing they showed off that I can recall was the, Strangers of Paradise Final Fantasy Origins or something like that. Which I kind of think that's interesting. Supposedly people are like, it's a Soulsborne kind of Final Fantasy. I haven't played any Dark Souls or the Bloodborne games. I know I haven't played any of those, honestly. I probably should. I've just never been. It's never been high on my bucket list of interests. But I just find that game completely funny, just for the fact that like, I'm pretty sure everyone finds it funny, but it's like, what? Like they're just ordinary dudes that I guess got sucked into Final Fantasy 1. And it's funny how the Warriors of Light, and there's only 3 of them. Like, weren't there 4 in the original game? I haven't played that one, and I'm pretty sure the original game had 4. But then again, the city was kind of implied that it was all 1 for that one, but that's fine. I also love how apparently the idea behind the game was, I think, was it Tetsuya Nomura? I forget. The maid, I guess, head working on the game wanted to make a game about an angry dude. It's like, given how many times he says, "I'm here to kill chaos," I mean, I can believe it. But that actually looks kind of interesting. I might pick that up. I think I need a PS5 first. But it took me, let's see, PS4 came out in 2013, I think. Yeah, PS4. And I didn't pick up my Pro until about 2018, I think. So, yeah. Okay, yeah, the claw thing probably was a bad idea. I probably should have made it A shot and B dash or something. Oh well. But, yeah, probably. But, there we go. But, let's see, what else was there that was shown? Actually, I should probably bring up Square Enix's again. It's kind of funny that, Square Enix had that showing, given that I think their, Dragon Quest Anniversary showing was of a lot more interest to everyone just because of what they showed, which that I'm actually excited for. Dragon Quest 3 2D HD, with the same engine as Octopath. I haven't played Octopath, but that looks. I might have to give that a shot because that looks hella amazing. And then there's I kind of hope they bring Dragon Quest 10 offline over to the West because that'd be cool. I don't expect them to bring the whole MMO over, but that'd still be cool. I'd love to have like. I mean, it'd be interesting at least. You know what the downside is, considering it's all chibi graphics. I feel like some of the menace of some of the bosses, like I think Estark, will be lost because Dragon Quest X Estark looked hella badass. But let's see what else was there. Capcom didn't show anything as far as I recall. I mean, most of their big games already came out this year anyway. I know they mentioned. I believe it was working. They were working on DLC for Resident Evil 8, which A isn't surprising, and B they didn't show anything for said DLC. So I mean, the game did just come out like May. I can't remember for sure. I just know everyone's hoping for like some sort of route where you can play as Lady Dimitrescu. Dimitrescu, big vampire mommy, basically, because everyone was thirsting over that lady. Okay, there we go. But, oh, pardon me. Yeah, I probably should just make it. If I ever actually do a playthrough on this game, I'm definitely gonna probably make B dash for this one, which I hate doing that, but honestly, what are you gonna do? And as you can tell, I'm the old man with this one. Let's see. They didn't show off anything for Sonic. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ah, well, not far enough over, but I at least got the idea. That was kind of a similar thing with Square Enix, where they had like a pretty good presentation, like right beforehand, about Sonic games coming, and then they had E3. I think they showed off more of Sonic Colors Ultimate, which I hear has some porting problems. I kind of hope they get ironed out, because I've never played Sonic Colors, and I'm hoping Ultimate would be pretty good. It does at least have more content from the looks of things, so that'd be kind of neat. Right, yeah, definitely gonna have to change that up later. But, yeah, probably with like B dash what? No. Yeah, I don't know. Probably Y. No, right. Y is shot, B is dash. Or, yeah, that makes. Yeah, that's what. Actually, that was the setup I had last time anyway. So. But, yeah. Aside from that, Sonic didn't. I mean, not Sonic, but Sega didn't have anything. They didn't even bother showing off more of their new Sonic game. Granted, I think they did just announce it, so I mean, who knows? We'll see. It's just kind of funny that I think they were mostly silent about that game, like right after they announced it. They haven't announced anything else. Ubisoft. Oof, that was rough. I didn't see anything else aside from. Oh right, I forgot Select. Oh god. You know, I'm gonna bring this up real quick. If they ever were to actually port, I think I mentioned this in Fusion too. If they were ever actually remake, whatever with this game, hopefully more just port than anything, they really need to change up like the control scheme of this game. Because oof, select for missiles is just wrong. I'm sorry, I just. Maybe that was something that was in the original Metroid 2. I forget. I can't remember if that was a thing in. I think that was a thing in Sam's 2. Yeah, but it just feels awkward, especially when you get super missiles later. But that's the point. Ubisoft. I think the big thing they had for that one was Rayman, which got leaked by Nintendo like I think a few hours before, if not probably not the night before, but I think a few hours before. So that was rough. I mean, it still looks exciting. I still need to play Rayman. I think I actually got like the whole thing DLC included for like $9, which is kind of sad because apparently this game is really phenomenal. So the idea of it, I think it sold. I think Ubisoft said it sold like 7 million copies. I still can't believe it's 9 years old. Not 9 years old, but 4 years old too. I don't know why I thought it came out in 2019, but no, it came out in 2017. But yeah, old man way this. Let's see. Sony didn't have anything for E3. Microsoft, I think, had apparently a pretty good presentation. They kind of had a reverse situation, I think, where they showed off more like after E3. I'm not a big Microsoft person. I think the most I used when I had an Xbox it was my dad's, and the most I used that for was Knights of the Old Republic, which I didn't get far. And all right, and Lords of Shadow, but that was about it. I can't remember any of the other companies. I don't think I know I didn't pay attention much to them. But Nintendo's E3 is the big one, and that was basically the saving grace of the entire presentation for E3. They had like a little bit for everyone. Advance Wars, that's actually kind of cool. Like that they brought that back with a remake. I think this time it's Wave Forward developing it. I think I might be wrong. I remember seeing something about Wave Forward being involved with the game. Wouldn't surprise me. But they had they showed off Mario Party. That actually looks. I never picked up Mario Party Top 100, which this looks like a better version of that. But this I'll probably pick up at least so I could play it with my mom, because my mom actually really liked Mario Party. When we played it, we played Mario Party 2 on my Wii U, and this looks like it'd be a hell of a lot of fun. Save room, right? I don't know why I went in here. Didn't need that. Let's see what else they showed off. More of Skyward Sword HD, but it really wasn't all that much. Honestly, I'm kind of like not considering. Like, I'm gonna get it. I'm still gonna get it because I'm definitely gonna play it eventually. But I don't think I'll be like playing it straight off the bat like I was probably intending to. Because I know for a fact that I think around the same time it's also what is it? What is it? Let's see. The World Ends With You, Neo, the World Ends With You. I still need to beat the original World Ends With You again. I have it on a Switch. Yeah, I know. I mainly got it because one, I can't find my DS cartridge, and I don't know why, which kind of sucks. But I thought I would have died by now. Does he just? Okay, yeah, there. But yeah, I still need to beat that again. Mostly because I want to know the new story beats behind whatever that girl is, if they show her. Let's see. There's also the fact that I think that was another thing that Capcom showed off was the Great Ace Attorney Detective with Herlock Sholmes. God, that's funny. But that's something for later. They showed off more the Age of Calamity DLC, which was kind of cool. I spent most of last night playing that, and that actually is exciting. I don't know what the hell that was. Oh, I know what that is. Never mind. But one thing they showed off was Breath of the Wild 2. They finally gave us a little more on that. And admittedly, I'm not as excited for that right now, just because there's just nothing really shown yet for me to get too excited over. So, but one thing I will say, it does look interesting. Especially, the only thing is, I kind of am a little disappointed by the idea of going back to the sky again. Just because Skyward Sword, you know, we get Skyward Sword HD, and just it does kind of feel like just an expansion of the whole those platforms in the sky that the DLC for Breath of the Wild had, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. I'm just not that interested yet. But we'll see what they do with it. I do find it interesting that Link has got a flamethrower in his arm now. That's hilarious. It makes me wonder what the deal with that arm is. And the fact that, alright, this is just going to be that one room. Isn't it? It's going to be the, yeah. The new version of the Kraid and Ridley statues from the original Metroid. Really is funny how this is basically essentially just a remake of the original Metroid in a way. Sort of, kind of. But, let's see. I do like the kind of idea of Link swimming through the things. I'm just kind of hoping that actually, speaking of swimming, they do have swimming in Breath of the Wild too. Because that was something that kind of was like missing. Because they had textured all these underwater areas. I mean, it was not only like a few feet deep, but like they could totally expand upon that and it'd be really cool. But let's see. Whatever. But there was that. There was also, let's see, what else was there? Oh yeah, they showed off Shin Megami Tensei 5, which, and the only thing that kind of disappoints me about that one, this is the mock ballroom, isn't it? Yeah, because that's the door right there. I've never been able to do mock ball, so I'm not even gonna bother messing with that. But the big thing after, let's see, oh yeah, back to Shin Megami Tensei 5. Sorry, I got distracted. I'm just kind of disappointed that it quote unquote takes place in like an alternate dimension. Cause I think that's what they said. Cause I don't know, that just kind of cheapens it a bit. Cause like I think each Shin Megami Tensei game basically took place, you know, in the character's own home Tokyo and whatnot. I mean, heck, Shin Megami Tensei 4 had, you know, Mikado, but once you get the story there, I mean, still. I just find it a bit silly that it's an alternate world. I will say this, though. The protagonist looks fantastic. Honestly, it kind of reminds me of some of the blades from Xenoblade 2, but I gotta admit that suit is kind of cool. And I really dig the hair. The blue hair is amazing. The only thing is this game just kind of makes me think of Shin Megami Tensei 3. I haven't actually played that one. I want to play that one. That was one of the ones that interested me the most. But I don't know. Just something about this game really reminds me of Shin Megami Tensei 3 from all I've seen of it, and it's just kind of funny to me. Let's see. Nah, sure, let's go this way. But, we didn't get to see Metroid Prime 4, which is kind of a shame. But, I mean, it did restart development 2 years ago, and so they probably don't yet have too much to show off. So I'm not too upset. It'd be nice to see more, but I'm willing to give them the benefit of the doubt, especially since like Nintendo generally favors quality. There are some titles, admittedly, that do kind of fall flat. Animal Crossing, for now, but I generally trust their judgment when they're like, "Yeah, we want this to be as, you know, amazing as possible." So we didn't have Metroid Prime 5 or Prime 4, but they did show off pretty much the biggest game at E3, I'd argue, which was, and I kind of wish they hadn't said there's a new Metroid game in the works. I kind of get it in a way because I feel like people would probably have gotten confused or something, and like they would have figured like, "Oh, we're just gonna do this," so. But excuse me. But they showed off Metroid 5. And this is basically going to be what this video is mostly going to focus on. Is just... And y'all already know, Metroid Dread. It really is just truly something else. I know, like, most people for Metroid Dread, like, most people that are excited about Dread, like, okay. I know I'm not the biggest, most enormous, amazing, oh my gosh, Metroid fan. Because admittedly, I haven't played all the Metroid games. I know I haven't beaten this one. And that's going to be I'm actually going to be on my bucket list now. I'm going to be playing through Metroid 1 through 4 in preparation for Dread. Oh god, I forgot key hunters are really badass. Oh, I died. You know, it's funny, I hadn't saved at all. That's fine. Well, at least it does that, so that's kind of cool. Just starts me at the ship, though. Yep. Oh, that's hilarious. That's actually pretty funny. You know, in that case, I'm gonna just go and yeah, I have never opened this, but I'm not going to yet. But wow, there really isn't much else I have on here. But I want to say I did. You know, I want to say I did Super Mario World on NSO. I might have done it on this one, but I doubt it. Let's take a look anyway. Okay, yeah, so I totally did it on NSO then. Okay, anyway, Metroid Dread. For most people, this is for this game, the big thing is the fact that, you know, like, people who follow Dread, like, man, this game was rumored, and it's like, now it's finally coming out, or, you know, they're just that big a fan, and it's finally, you know, been so long. For me personally, it's more that we're finally coming full circle for me, because again, my first Metroid game was Fusion. And it was the 2002-2003 school year, because I was in 7th grade when I got it. So it actually would have been the 2003-2004 school year when I got it. So, because, yeah, 1991, so. But, for me, it's finally coming full circle, where I finally get to, after my first Metroid game, after waiting years to see what happened, we finally get to see, wow, I didn't know those flowers had faces on them. Wow. But, I'm finally getting to move ahead and see what lies beyond. Oh, that's a terrible control scheme. Oof. Yeesh. But you know, just finally seeing what lies beyond that. And honestly, it's kind of funny to me that that they have that really is a terrible control scheme. Okay. But actually, it's also kind of funny. One of the things they brought up was that this was going to be the end of the like the Metroid saga in terms of Samus and her relationship with the Metroids, and that just made me think of Kingdom Hearts, and like the Xehanort saga story coming to an end. Because like that took what 17 years. Kingdom Hearts fans ain't got nothing on Metroid fans in that case. That's just funny to me. Just a whole 35 years from Metroid 1 to Metroid 5 now. That's just hilarious to me. But the big thing also is the fact that this game looks friggin' good. Like Mercury Steam, I'm always like, ever since Lords of Shadow, and admittedly I'm one of the few people that really likes Lords of Shadow. Lords of Shadow 2 was a bit of a... I'm just really bad at this. Yeah. Lords of Shadow 2 was like the one exception in that I can't enjoy that game as much as Lords of Shadow and Mirror of Fate. But oh, now I got it. But maybe I'm just bad at SNES games. But I'm glad that Mercury Steam is coming back, and like it's pretty obvious, even from just watching the trailer, that Mercury Steam was working on it, just because there's a lot that looks like Samus Returns, and even some people are like, it just looks like Samus Returns upscaled, which I'm not exactly against. I love Samus Returns. That was a friggin' great time for me. So I'm actually pretty excited about this, and it also kind of makes it funny in hindsight when you consider the fusion suit unlockable for fusion mode, and the way that looked. And the fact that they said they wanted to work on a remake of Fusion initially. Well, they don't get a remake of Fusion, but they do get the next best thing, the sequel, which... this game seems to be borrowing a lot from Fusion to begin with. Namely, the more tense atmosphere, just in this case, instead of, you know, lonely isolation on a derelict space station, we get what looks like, honestly, a largely mechanized planet, because I didn't see too many natural areas. There were a few, but not enough that I saw more comparison to the others. And wow, really? That's weird. Well, then again, I did just get that one flower, or that one tulip, I guess. But the other big thing is man, I gotta use the restroom at some point. But they had it really is just exciting. What else? Let's see, what are some things I've noticed about the game that really got me? Aside from the suit, which I think looks awesome, I'm not gonna lie, the whatever that suit's gonna be, the kind of cross between, I guess, the fusion. I know it's definitely got fusion suit in it. I think they even said, you know, that there was some of the fusion suit left over in that suit. I think it looks friggin' awesome. So, it looks hella fast. Like, Samus is nimble as shit in this game. Like, they took a lot of the improvements from Samus Returns to refine them even further. Like, the fact that she can move while free aiming, that's gonna take a lot to get used to. Which means the L button, probably, if they're not using it for the free aiming. If I had to guess, they'd probably have, you know, the left trigger for running and the right trigger for free aim. Hopefully. And again, that'll hopefully free up the L button for something else, like, I don't know, add abilities or super missiles or something. But, whoops. What else? Oh, and the fact that she can, dash while using the melee counter, and the melee counter does damage now, too. That was just amazing, because one of the big problems I had with, the melee counter in Samus Returns was that you had to stand and wait for the enemy to do something. Here, you can actually just take a little more initiative. So that's really nice. But, God, what the hell? Do I have to hold the R button? No? I just kept hitting the side, okay. Weird. Good thing when I plan on doing this one, it's gonna be on a different one. So. Oh my god, I did it again. But, sorry, I still am a little tired. But, the fact that also she can slide now, that's one thing I thought was really cool. It just seems like such an obvious thing. Like, I know she has the Morph Ball, so it's not like she technically needed a slide, but this just makes it a lot faster, and, like, hopefully, I really do hope, one of the things that I'd really love to see is, if you can go to Morph Ball straight from slide. Because, like, it kind of makes me think of, like, it would be a Mach Ball situation where you go, you know, you're going fast, you slide, you turn to the ball immediately, you get your momentum going. And it would just really make Samus feel even more nimble than she already looks in this thing. Well, I'm excited for that. Then there's the fact that, she's got, what else? Oh man, it just looks good. Oh, the spider magnet, that was one thing I saw. The spider magnet, which, like, yeah, it's basically just, you know, a standing version of the spider ball, where Samus can basically, well, not standing, but, you know, just, she clings to the walls. But, it actually, and I'm gonna link this into the video description below, but, it reminds me of one of the old E3, presentations, or I think it was 2001, where people first got to look at Metroid Fusion, although I think it was just titled Metroid IV at the time. They didn't have the fusion aspect. That, and it apparently looked like a Game Boy game, like Game Boy Color. But, they had Samus was walking on the walls and I think the ceiling too. So it's kind of funny that I guess not necessarily brought it back, but it is just something that reminded me of it, and it's really cool too. Like, imagine being able to wall jump and then you can cling onto the wall too. Like, that'd be kind of cool. They didn't have too much of a focus on wall jumping though. They had Okay, there really isn't anything, is there? Oh well, whatever. But they had, they did have it a couple times. One of the big things they showed off was the Emmy, which I think was like extra planetary something something extraction or something. I don't know. It's a research robot that's gone haywire, which is kind of a trope you see a lot. And we're like, oh my god, this thing's gone, you know, malfunction, whatever. Ah, wow, I actually got that. But, they had, one, it looks like freaking, everyone's like, oh my god, GLaDOS, more people hit on the, Amy from whatever that film is. I haven't seen it, which, it makes sense, it looks a lot like it. I think there was a robot from Half-Life 2. Me, personally, I don't know why, it reminded me of Dave. I think it was Dave? No, HAL 9000, I'm sorry. It reminded me of HAL 9000. But, that thing is terrifying. It's basically the SAX on steroids, and what's even better is there's 7 of them. Because, like, that was one of the big things about the SAX, was that they had like 10 at the end of the game, and they didn't, you only saw 1. Well, technically 2 by that point, arguably. Because you have the one that you jettison into space and explode. And then you have the one you see at the end of the game. But, the fact that these things are there and they're just very obviously indestructible, Samus actually tries... Well, what's funny is I think that's the second one, because I think they show off the treehouse. You find the dilapidated one first, and then, like, you find out already from playing it, you can't possibly damage even that one, and then Samus finds a brand new one, or at least one in better condition later, and she tries to shoot it with beams and missiles, and does jack. So that's just kind of funny to me. But it looks extremely terrifying. The only thing that kind of gets me is the fact that, like, you encounter them all, most of the time in clearly marked areas, which, I mean, on the one hand, that's not necessarily a bad thing, because I think that also helps, because those things, unlike the SAX, will insta-kill you. Like, the SAX could technically insta-kill you. You'd have to, like, have little health, and it would just kind of wreck you. But it's more the fact that, like, this thing can actually just, getting caught by this thing will straight up, it'll just straight up, one-shot you unless you get really good reflexes. And even then, like, they're like, yeah, this is a last resort. Try and avoid this thing if you can. And then you could try, if you get caught, to escape. But it's more just try not to get caught. So I just find that kind of funny. But, they have the, they look cool, though. I don't know if they're going to give us upgrades. I know the first Emmy that you destroy doesn't, but I wouldn't be surprised if the others do. Especially since there's one that very, very clearly looks like it's using a speed booster ability. So, oh really? Yeah, a little gassy too. I don't know why, I'm just feeling kind of messy today. I don't know. Not feeling fully on there. But, I don't know how that happened. But, they had there's one that looks like it's using Speed Booster. I don't know if there's another one that's doing anything crazy. I kind of doubt it. But, there was, I would have figured I would have found a key by now. Weird. Okay. But they showed off one of the first bosses too. If not the first boss, I wouldn't be surprised. But Corpius, and that thing reeks of Mercury Steam's design. Like, and I say that in the best way possible. Because again, I love Mercury Steam. But it really is obvious when they've got their hand at something. And this monster design is just straight up something out of Mercury Steam. Actually, what's really funny to me is it reminds me, and that might just be mostly because of the battlefield, it reminds me of Inner Dracula from Lords of Shadow 2. Just because it looks like, I think it's in a friggin' room of blood on the floor. And so, I just thought that was kind of funny. There's, but it looks badass. It also has like a Diggernaut moment from when you watch the Treehouse, where after Samus, after Samus has basically dealt the final blow in gameplay, there's a scene where she just kind of, it's a lot more active than the Diggernaut one too, which I really like, because the Diggernaut one was just her standing and, you know, kind of looking at the power bomb expansion before shooting the Diggernaut just by standing there. In this one, she casually strolls around around Corpius while it's in kind of its like sort of death throes, and she just straight up shoots the dude, and it just looks really cool. And again, it looks badass. And it's like, Sakamoto said that they understand Metroid very well. And it's like, yeah, at least certainly Samus's personality by that point, where she'd basically be fed up with everything. At least for the most part. So she doesn't, you know, she has like confidence and swagger, I guess, is the idea. But without it being overbearing. But, what else was there that was, like, really cool? Ooh. Yeah. Hey. But, I love that the boss also, and this is kind of interesting, oh yeah, actually, I should mention the story of this game. What the hell is, oh, that's an X, okay. I was like, what the hell is that? It looked like a divide sign or some crap. But, the story is that Samus gets a contact from the Galactic Federation, I guess. And, that Yoshi is really blue. That's really weird. In fact, yeah, that's right. Okay. I don't know why I thought it was green. But, she gets a call from the Galactic Federation, which, admittedly, this is one thing I kind of have a problem with, is that it feels like they're kind of doing away with they're kind of aborting the whole Samus might be in trouble with the Galactic Federation because she blew up BSL. Which, you know, there were good reasons for doing so, but again, that was basically an act of terrorism to the galaxy at large, is just destroying, you know, this whole research station for seemingly no reason. I mean, we as players know the reason, and even Samus herself could argue, you know, hey, there was a deadly parasite that would literally wipe out all life in the universe if this thing went out. So, I'm kind of hoping that it's like sort of a teeth clench teamwork thing, because the idea is that there's X-parasites on planet ZDR as well, and who knows how true that is. It might be possible, seeing as, I think the Rogue Chozo from, Samus Returns might have them, brought them or something, who knows. I think the Chozo memories of, Samus Returns shows they're actually capturing parasites. Who knows? But it's just I'm hoping it's more teeth clench teamwork than anything. Oh, another thing they showed up was that Adam's bag, which I'm very grateful for because I do like Adam. At least I should stress this. The Adam from Metroid Fusion. Adam from Other M is, well, Adam from Mother M. In fact, it seems like the Treehouse is actually, when they showed off the game during Treehouse, they actually went out of their way to be like, Adam doesn't give Samus orders, he's just there for lore and hints. And I just find that kind of funny. Like, I didn't mind him in Fusion because, I mean, it made sense. Samus has to take orders for now because, well, she's got a new ship, and the ship comes pre-installed with some AI, so Samus has to listen to it. I just thought it was kind of funny. It does seem like they really want to avoid Other M as much as possible, which is probably also why Metroid Prime 4 got such a restarted development. Maybe they saw signs that this game would have turned out like another Other M, and they wanted to really avoid that. And I don't blame them. Like, for the most part, the gameplay was fine, aside from the fact that you had to play it on a sideways Wiimote, and no nunchuck too, which was silly. That and having to point it forward for, I think, missile segments. It really was just really weird. And just kind of rife with some silly design choices. So, I'm glad that they're, you know, and they also wanted to hammer home how badass Samus is, which is why we got that absolutely outstanding Corpius kill. Just the charge shot, then flip through the tail. Just exquisite. And it's even funnier too, also, I'm hoping they show the Edakuns and Decoras, by the way, considering they were on Samus' ship at the end. But, let's see. They had, oh my god, what else? I know at this point I'm basically just rambling, but I mean, I'm excited for this game. I'm actually, like, when I'm basically about as excited, if not more excited, than I was for Breath of the Wild, which I was just completely just unable to wait for that game. But, although in this case, at the very least, the big difference here is I actually want to play, you know, again, Metroid 1, 2, 3, and even Fusion again before the game comes out. Prime, the only reason I'm not playing the Prime games before they come out, or at least I'm not planning on it, is because, one, the Prime games are hella long. So that's a bit much, too. I'm also not playing Other M because, well, it's Other M. I know most people said, oh, Sakamoto decanonized it. It's like, it's not really decanonized. It's more the fact that, like, it's not a numbered Metroid. It's kind of like Kingdom Hearts in a way. But, I wouldn't be surprised if Nintendo themselves are kind of like, yeah, no, Metroid Other M is definitely not canon. And realistically speaking, there's a lot that just kind of contradicts, mainly the Federation is breeding Metroids. That's the big one that really kind of makes, did I not? You're kidding me, right? Did I not get the key? Weird. Okay. But yeah, there's a lot of Other M that just doesn't work with Metroid, like it would work with an early Metroid, sans maybe the whole Galactic Federation breeding Metroid things. That just completely makes Fusion silly. It's like, why wouldn't Samus realize, hey, why is the Federation breeding Metroids? Like, or is the Federation breeding Metroids the moment she steps into BSL? So it's just kind of funny to me. But there's that, and it's just kind of funny to me. But oh god, what else? Oh my god, what else? Oh damn it! Wait, no, thank you. There we go. Like, can I kill this thing or not? But they brought back Adam, and he's there to help out with hints and just, you know, lore, which is really cool. Excuse me. The only thing right now I'm kind of mad about is the fact. Oh, that looked weird. Is the fact that I can't get the special edition because it basically sold out the moment it went live. I'm hoping that more will become available at a later date. But right now, it really is just frustrating. The amiibos, too. At least in this case, it looks like the amiibos aren't going to have, like, a whole entire mode and artwork locked behind them. They look like they're just going to be the, you know, extra tank and junk. Yep, there we go. Whatever. So at least there's that. At least the amiibos will be easier to get later. I'm just again hoping I can get the special edition before it comes out because I really would love that special edition. Like I said, this is all about coming full circle for me, so I'd really like it. And again, I can't believe after 19 years we're finally getting Dread. We're finally getting the, you know, the sequel to Fusion we've all been waiting for. It looks good. I'm hoping it sells really well. It and Prime 4 especially. But the fact that this is already selling out and people are so excited is telling. So, anyway, I can't think of too much more right now. I'm tired. I've got a lawn to mow. I also got too much to go. But on that note, I will see you guys next time.